Hi guys, it's Ameriie, and today I'm doing the Epic Reads book tag. Question number 1. If you could invite one author and one of their fictional characters to tea, who would you invite and what would you serve them? I think I would like to invite Maggie Stiefvater to tea, and I would like to have Gansey over. I think I would like to have Gansey over from the Raven Boys. He's really nice, he's very smart, he's very passionate. I think I would want us to really talk about ley lines. Ley lines and Glendower and magic. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Number 2, what book do you wish the author would write a prequel for? You know what would be really cool? I love The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and I think it'd be really interesting to see a prequel in that world. I'd like to see like somewhat of an origin story. Number 3, which 2 characters not from the same book do you think would make a good couple? I need to think so hard on this one. We might need to just push pause and come back to me. So let's do that. Okay, I'm back. So I had to think about that one, and I had to revisit the shelves, really look at that. I'm going to go with Ethan Wade from Beautiful Creatures. He's a Southern gentleman, he's sweet, he's patient, and I will pair him with Violet White of Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. 2 Southerners. I think she's Southern. It feels Southern. Although Violet feels like she's from another time completely. She doesn't have any crazy powers that gets Ethan into trouble. And Ethan's just like the perfect Southern gentleman, so I think Violet would really like that, especially after all the trauma that she's been through. So yeah, I think that'd be interesting. Ethan Wade and Violet White. Number 4, if you ran into your favorite author on the subway and only could say one sentence to them, who is it and what would it be? Well, I have lots of favorite authors, so I'll say Joe Hill, who wrote Nosferatu, Horns, and The Heart-Shaped Box, which I haven't read yet. But yeah, I think I would just say thank you. Number 5, what book made you a reader and why? I can't remember the book that made me a reader because I've been reading ever since I can remember. Like, I started writing when I was 7, and I've been reading for so long. My first books, I think, were Green Eggs and Ham, Mrs. Pigglewiggle, Amelia Bedelia, Ramona Quimbley, age 8. I really love those. Beverly Cleary's books I loved. But I also started reading adult books really early too. I loved the Book of Prophecies by Nostradamus. I think I read that when I was like 9. I mean, I flipped through it, I didn't read everything. I loved books on the occult. I loved books on the fantastical. So I read everything. I mean, those Amelia Bedelia books, the Mary Poppins books, and also Nostradamus, and books on ESP, and books on witches, like nonfiction type stuff, and also horror stories, and I've read everything. The Dragonlance books I read, so I can't say anything made me a reader. Again, my favorite book, I told you guys before, though. This book is probably my favorite book though, actually. The Complete Brothers Grimm Fairy Tales. This was a present given to me by my parents when I was, I think, 7 years old or something like that. Does it say the year? It doesn't say the year. But I put a little lamb sticker in there. I would never sticker my books now, but I did. Number 6, Incendio, your bookshelf just caught fire. Show us the one book you save. I think I did just show you that one book. Yeah, The Brothers Grimm Complete Fairy Tales. Number 7, which dystopian world would you want to live in if you had to choose one? Why? Okay, obviously they put in the had to choose one because no one would want to live in a dystopian universe. If I had to choose one, I think I would choose Divergent. It's tough, but it's not like we're fighting to the death until all the other stuff happened later. Number 8, what is your most epic read of all time? Let me see. I don't know if I can say there's the most epic read of all time. I mean, the Bible is really interesting. Maybe I would go with the Bible because there's so much that you can gather from there. Not as a religious text necessarily, but just strictly as far as parable goes, all the things you can do with your imagination as far as for interpretations. And it's multi-generational. That's good. All the stories that are in there, if you think about it, if you just look at it strictly from that perspective, it's pretty epic. You have different worlds. You have the spiritual world and the physical world. Then you have different civilizations. You have the oceans being separated, empires, Roman Empire, Egyptian civilization. You just kind of have everything. Everything you would ever need, and like every kind of story, it's in the Bible. So yeah, now that I think about it, I'm actually pretty sure that's a pretty good epic read, I'd say. Alright guys, those are my 8 answers to the 8 Epic Reads tag questions. Definitely feel free to do this tag yourself. I myself wasn't tagged in it, but I just said, well, I'm just gonna jump on it because I think it's fun. So definitely jump in if you want to. Of course, you don't have to make your own video. You can answer the questions in the comments below. You can also like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!